Hey kids, if you were not here when we went over the Unforgettables, here's what you need to do. Get this paper from the handouts and links page, and then you're going to put it in your composition book. In your table of contents, it says that Unforgettables is on page 9, so you turn to page 9 and you put it in there, and then you add your notes to it. And you're going to follow this guide to get your notes. So pause until you get your paper all ready, and then follow along. Then unpause and follow along. I'm going to see if I know what I'm doing. Let's see. Boom. Okay. So the Unforgettables are 10 rules that you should never forget. You should not get to go to high school if you're still violating these rules or you don't know them. Sometimes you'll make mistakes, but you should know these. Very first one, a capital letter begins each sentence. Of course it does. You know this. But I want you to write a sentence anyway and over-exaggerate your capital letter and underline it, because then your brain will go, oh yeah, let me recognize a capital letter at the beginning of a sentence. Let me remember it. Because a lot of people they don't notice it's not in their writing. They just kind of write without remembering it. Got to remember it. Anytime that you need to pause, I'm just going to whip through them. So anytime you need to pause, just pause to write it down. The second rule, every sentence ends with punctuation. Of course it does. So my first example, mermaids might be real, ended with a period. So now I want to write a sentence that ends with a question mark and write a sentence that ends with an exclamation point. I'm writing the same sentence because it works. Mermaids might be real, period. Mermaids might be real, question mark. Mermaids might be real, exclamation point. Works. Just write the example down, make an exaggerated end punctuation so your brain remembers it. 3, the pronoun I is always capitalized. Notice how always is in all caps? Because it's always capitalized. Anytime you're saying I, meaning you're important enough to capitalize that letter every single time. Sometimes I wish I was a mermaid. I exaggerated the I's in there to make sure my brain remembered it. Do you see lowercase i's all the time in writing? Yes. It's not good. And a lot of times it's in advertising. And in advertising, they just want to get your attention. That's the point. So they do it wrong to get your attention. Always, always capitalize I, no matter where it is in the sentence. 4, a lot is 2 words. I see this mistake a lot. No pun intended, or pun intended. If a lot was 1 word, I would not be able to jam a whole word in the middle of it, right? But I can. A whole lot. Write it like that in your notes because maybe it will stick in your memory. A whole lot. A lot is an amount. You could have 2 lots, maybe. But we just don't know how much that is. But it's a bunch. So a whole lot of people like mermaids. Or if you're writing a note saying, I like you a lot, and you're sending it to someone, you don't want to sound like you don't know, right? So make sure you put, I like you a lot. Allie Broche remembers it like this. If you write it as 1 word, it doesn't mean a whole bunch. It means something different. So she made up a little creature that represented the a lot. I care about this a lot. Does not mean I care about something a bunch. It means I care about that creature, that big beast. Here's some more examples of that. This is just fun. I like this a lot, more than this a lot. A lot. This is a more dangerous a lot. Babies are less dangerous. Anyway, that's a bunch of nonsense. That's just fun. Remember that a lot is 2 words. Don't spell it as 1 word. And number 5, your and your. So one of the easiest ways to remember this is see how one of them has a contraction that has an apostrophe in it. If you see an apostrophe in the middle of a word, it's a contraction meaning 2 words. So anytime you mean to say you are, it's going to have an apostrophe in the middle of it, cramming it together, making it your. So your, Y-O-U-R, is a possession. It belongs to you. I want you to write that just like it's written on your screen after the semicolon. It belongs to you. Your, contraction for you are, is Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Then write one sentence that uses them both or two sentences. I wrote, "You're right to defend your beliefs." You are right to defend the beliefs that are yours. 6, it's an it's. I see this a lot, even with adults. Because the first one, it's, is a possession, it owns it. It goes against all rules of possessive writing. We usually write an apostrophe S if something owns something. Sally's toaster. Sally owns that toaster, apostrophe S. Apostrophe S. The dog's dish, apostrophe S. But when it's an it, you don't do that. You don't follow that rule. That's why it's funky. So it's, if it's a possession, it owns it, no apostrophe. The only time you put an apostrophe in the word it's is if it's a contraction for it is. So write it owns it, just like you see on the screen next to that part. Also underline it is for that one so that your brain remembers it. And then write a sentence or two using it's and its correctly. In my sentence, it's sparkling tail that you'll see in the water. Again, talking about mermaids. And it sounds confusing because it's sparkling tail. However, that's correctly written because it stands for it is the sparkling tail it owns, right? It is its sparkling tail that you'll see in the water. Then it is shocking when you see its human lady head. So notice how it's shocking is it is shocking when you see its human lady head. That makes me think mermaids are terrifying, but 2, 2, and 2. This one I see TO for everything, and I don't like it. TWO is the number 2. Make a little note of that. TO is a preposition. It means to somewhere or something, or it's in motion. So if you picture a little tag that says to mom from Santa or to whoever from whoever, a little gift tag, TO means it's going to them. I go to the store, TO. The only time you'd put an extra O, and you have to put an extra O, is if it's more than needed or also. And the way you can remember that is too many O's. There's extra O's in that word. Too many O's. Write your sentence or sentences. Mine is 2 mermaids went to McDonald's and ate too many nuggets. Too many nuggets. 8. There, and there. Also, I tend to see that first one, for everything. That's not correct. There, THERE, is only a location, as in here. And conveniently, to remember it, the word here is in the middle of that word there. So if you see that, or you want to write there was something or go over there, remember it's the one that also has the word here in it. Their possession is THEIR. The way I remember that is that song E-I-E-I-O, you know, that little farmer song, but I say E-I-E-I own it. And the way that helps me is that if I'm writing their thing that they have and they own it, if I am writing it, I can go, wait, what is it? Oh, they E-I-E-I own it. Okay, then it's the right one. Also, it reminds me that it's E-I and not I-E. So remember, E-I-E-I own it. The last one, an apostrophe's there. Of course, that means it's a contraction. A contraction for they are. 2 words crammed together. Write your sentences. Here's mine. They're regretting their decision to go there because now they have gas. That would be the mermaids regret their decision to go to McDonald's to eat the nuggets because now they are farty. They're regretting their decision to go there. You write your sentence. 9. Okay, 9 and 10, we get a little more complicated. So I'm going to stop here and then go to the next video. Go to the next video to watch for 9 and 10. I'm going to figure out how to stop this. There it is. Bye.